But Stephen, before we get there, you may have heard this week there was a little bit of noise, a lot of noise about Tanzu, the integrated Kubernetes offering that we've been hearing so much about. This included app-centric VMware Tanzu Application Engine for multi-cloud deployment, enhanced multi-cloud cost forecasting, developer portal, and improvements in multi-cloud management and Kubernetes operations. All of this would lead to believe that VMware remains very dedicated to Tanzu and their application development focus, wouldn't you say, Stephen?
Well, I would say from the outside looking in, you would look at this and say, man, Tanzu must be like a major product, a major core element of VMware's offerings. And you wouldn't be entirely right about that. I mean, the truth is that Tanzu is still somewhat struggling for adoption. I think it's a clever product. I've been impressed by it since we saw it introduced at VMworld a few years ago. We've covered it quite a lot. Essentially, Tanzu is VMware's answer to the containerization of applications and the whole DevOps approach to application development and deployment. It's a good product. It makes a lot of sense. It does a very nice job integrating the Kubernetes world with the VMware experience. And it is also a very developer-centric and developer-focused product. And that's, again, a good way for VMware as a company to strategically move toward the next generation of enterprise applications. So all this is being said, Tanzu is a really great positive product for VMware. Unfortunately, there has been somewhat slow adoption of Tanzu, but more importantly, especially given the Broadcom acquisition, there's a lot of concern in the industry around the future of Tanzu. So essentially, this is a product that Broadcom may look at and question whether this is a strategic direction for VMware and whether this is worth the continued investment. But you wouldn't know that from VMware Explorer 2023. Because, man, there is a lot here. There are so many things that I'm not going to be able to cover them all. But as you said, we've got a Tanzu Application Engine, which is an application-centric way of delivering applications on Tanzu, which is using Kubernetes and VMware technologies. We also have a developer portal. We've got multi-cloud management so that you can deploy applications in other places. Kubernetes operations for EKS and AKS and things like that. Governance, forecasting, a new version of the application platform. As I talked about in the Gen AI section, we've got actionable insights, which is kind of a way of deploying machine learning and large language models to help developers deploy modern web scale applications. There's a ton of stuff in here. I didn't get anywhere near all of it. But the bottom line is the Tanzu group remains committed to this product. VMware is obviously continuing to invest in this product. And a lot of the FUD and concern around Tanzu seems misplaced at this point because, as Tom just talked about, the as-a-serviceification or the OpExification of everything is going to be attractive to Broadcom. And I think that there's a good chance that VMware's new owners may look at Tanzu and say, that is worth continued investment. That is worth making a focus for the new VMware. And I think that that's what we're seeing here, is we're seeing the Tanzu group sort of put their flag down and say, you know what, Tanzu is still worth it, and here's why.